Hi, good morning. So I joined the Jockey Club just over 2 years ago. I moved here from New York, and my first experience of racing, having not really come from a racing background at all, was deserted, desolate, miserable grandstands. And you know, it's a bizarre thing for racing to continue throughout the entire 3 years with no audience. And it's a bit of an obvious thing to say, but actually live really matters for the Jockey Club, for racing, because it's such an integral part of how customers engage with the experience of racing. And maybe you don't realize how important that is until it gets taken away. And I'm not sure the Jockey Club previously really thought about itself as being a huge entertainment, live entertainment business, right? Which it is. 88 race meetings a year, up to 85,000 people in a single meeting is a huge operation. And that shift of mindset actually is really important, not only as Hong Kong recovers and we start to try and bring life back into the race courses, but there is a bigger purpose, actually. And one of the challenges that the club has, that racing has globally, but that the club is grappling with every day, is that our core audience is aging quite rapidly. And so in order to bring in new consumers to the sport of racing, we have to think completely differently about the experience and what is going to bring in a group of new fans to the sport. And live has a huge impact on that, because what we see from younger audiences is that entertainment, lifestyle destination, online, offline combination are really important. So is the sense of the sport itself. So what is it about racing that makes it incredible, whether it's the love of the horses or the behind the scenes of how the trainers interact with the horses, the athleticism of the jockeys. So how do we start to tell that story rather than a wagering game story? And also the charitable connection. So probably no news to any of you, but when you look at a younger generation's motivators, sense of purpose and having like real value to society is incredibly important. And I think 90% of our consumers don't really understand that everything spent in the racecourse goes back to the community in Hong Kong through tax and charity. So these are all the kind of things we're working on, developing a sports marketing strategy. How do we connect our consumers more to the charitable efforts that are happening? If you get a moment over the course of the day, look at the Jockey Club stand here. There's a couple of simulators that, if you're feeling energetic, you get a sense of what a jockey goes through. They're actually quite hard work. You'll break a sweat, but it gives you a sense of the real athleticism behind a jockey. And there's a few of the projects that the club works on highlighted on the board there that you can see, in a way which we want to talk more about the actual benefit that the club has in society rather than just the checks that the club hands out, which I think has been kind of like the communication style of the past has been too orientated around how much money the club gives away versus actually some incredible stories about what the club does at a grassroots level to help communities in Hong Kong. So all these are the ingredients that will help us attract a new generation of racing fans and customers. And in that, we need your help, right? Because you can't create experiences or rethink experiences alone. And the whole racecourse entertainment strategy, which is really in its infancy, is about how do we create really different, unexpected, surprising entertainment experiences and lifestyle experiences for consumers that ultimately have a connection to racing as a sport. But if we want to bring in new people, we need to offer a much broader range of activity. And to do that, we have to think outside the realms of racing and wagering and the traditional model. And that takes collective thought, new ideas, new partners, different sponsorship strategy, entertainment strategy, and so on. And so that's why we're here. That's why we're kind of saying that live matters, and asking for your help over the course of the next couple of years as we start to reshape this experience.
Thank you. I tell you, working with the new team at the Jockey Club over the last couple of months, and we were talking about this last night, but it has been wonderfully refreshing to hear the story, the new Jockey Club, and seeing it last night. I mean, I've said this a lot this morning. It was like being 25 years old again at Happy Valley. They were young. The crowd was young from all over the world. It was really exciting. Great music, great fun. There were some horses. I think there were some races going on. But no, it's wonderfully to hear this refreshing idea, and that you're very much open for business for everyone here. What are you looking for in a partner? Because I'm going to obviously try and sell you something.
So two levels. So one is the sponsor relationship, where I think we have traditionally had a model that sponsor gives us money, we give them brand exposure, end of story. And so that really has to evolve to a integrated view of benefit, right? So how do our customers benefit from the sponsor's brand, experiences, access? How does the sponsor's customer base benefit from the club's brand, experience, and access? And then you weave those things together to create something richer. And then the other side, from more of a business partner perspective, is if we want to create a really exciting entertainment destination out of a grandstand, we need lots of partners with different ideas, from music, staging, entertainment, F&B, you know, or a whole range of things that maybe you immediately think, what on earth has that got to do with a grandstand or with racing? But often the greatest ideas come from those things that you would never have thought logical. And so that's where we need partners, right, who come with a different perspective and bring something else to the table and help us think differently about the experience we can create.
Absolutely brilliant. Well, thank you so much. I've got at least 10 things I can sell you based on that. But ladies and gentlemen, please thank you, the Jockey Club, and thank you to Anthony for all of your support.